Please join me in saying, life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift.
Hi, my name is Chris Holton Jablonski, and it is my great joy and my deep honor to serve you as your minister and to welcome you to another wonderful worship service, a very special service this Celebration Sunday. Lots of great music. We're going to hear from lots of folks. It's a wonderful experience you're about to have. And I'm so grateful, as always, for the precious gift of your attention and time. Before we get going, just wanted to list up a couple things coming our way. We have the first of a monthly series of newcomer gatherings next Sunday, the 14th, just after our virtual coffee hour, so at 11 o'clock, with me and Sam Foster, our membership coordinator. It's an opportunity for folks who are newer to the church to just come, ask any questions, talk about how to get connected, or any questions you have about Unitarian Universalism or the church or anything like that. And an opportunity to meet other folks who are new within the last couple of years or who are brand new just on their way in. So there should be a link to that in some of the Unitarian and the other emails that brought you the worship service, or you can reach out to me directly or to Sam and we can get you the link for that. So that's next Sunday and then on after all of the second Sundays. And then there's a new season of our anti-racist book group coming up, starting in April. And if you'd like more information about that, they'll be in all the announcements, but also you can reach out to me or to Martha Krent. It's going to be another wonderful set of fiction and nonfiction. The last round was a great way to connect and sort of sink into a deeper conversation about all this that's happening in our world. So do please reach out if you'd like to know more about that. And for now, come, let us worship together.
Hi, I'm Catherine Canfield, co-chair of this year's annual Stewardship Drive, themed Now More Than Ever. On behalf of the Stewardship Committee, the church staff, and the parish board, many, many thanks to everyone who has pledged so far. I'm happy to report that as of now, we've raised $434,000. That's 141 pledges and 70% of this year's stewardship goal. That is something to celebrate. For those of you who haven't pledged yet, it's not too late. Even though we can't walk up the aisle to put our pledges in baskets the way we usually do on Celebration Sunday, you can pledge using our virtual baskets through either the stewardship page of the church website or by emailing stewardship@uubelmont.org. Everyone who has submitted their pledge by March 15th will be entered into a drawing for time with our beloved minister, Chris Jablonski. Maybe virtual coffee, a story or sermon topic of your choice, or post-vaccine afternoon fishing. Chris is open to your requests. Finally, as promised, for those who have already pledged, my husband David will help to draw 3 names of people who will receive gift certificates to the wonderful K. Brada Bakery in Belmont Center. David.
Okay. And the winners are Bruce Kozuma and Livia Ratz, Joanne Adamovich, and Katie and Fedya Labunko. Congratulations.
We will mail you your gift cards later this week. To all, again, thank you for pledging. Your generosity is vital to the health of our community.
Bring you home when hope is gone.
Now more than ever, because we need to be reminded of the light and to know that we are not alone.
Now more than ever, because I want to do all that I can to maintain the vitality of our beloved First Church community.
Because I want to nurture a vibrant online connection to our First Church community.
Now more than ever, because I want to celebrate and support UU values in our community and in the world.
Now, more than ever, First Church is part of the backbone we can each lean against. We just can't do it alone, even though our culture likes to say we should. Gratefully, the other families of First Church have been there for our family through some challenging times. Now, more than ever, we need one another, and I believe we really must be willing to slow down and find a way to reach out to one another and just be there to hear each other's voice and find out where we each are now.
People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need your baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need a ticket, you just thank the Lord.
Now people get ready for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. And faith is the key that opens those doors for boarding. And there's hope for all among those loved the most. All aboard, get on board. All aboard, get on board.
Now there ain't no use for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There's no hiding place from the kingdom's throne.
All aboard, get on board. All aboard, get on board. I said now people get ready, there's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is some faith to hear those diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Oh, don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord.
Good morning. My name is Sam James. I'm president of the parish board. This year's theme for the stewardship drive is now more than ever. That is extremely apt theme for the times we're in. I'd like to very briefly tell you why I think that's such an important theme for us. My adult children are 40 and 45. They grew up in this church. They were part of the first February service trip, and one was involved in the plays and other activities. Now as adults, one is in the pharmaceutical field and the other is in politics. And I notice frequently how the moral compass that they developed in this church still plays an integral role in their lives. In our family, we believe that ethical decision-making and action was critical. And we have an incredible partner in this church community to help show the way. Now more than ever, we need a church community that helps create a moral compass in our children, one that can last a lifetime. This church has faced any number of challenges in its existence. The people would come together, they would face what they were dealing with, make decisions, and get to work. COVID-19 changed all of that. Many of us haven't been in the building in over a year. We see each other on the digital landscape, seldom if ever face to face. But this church is thriving. The Sunday and Wednesday services are exceptional. If you take advantage of all of the adult education programs and the small group ministries, you'll have to quit your job. The children's religious education website is beyond exceptional. And the youth groups get together to support one another through a terrible crisis in a time of life as a teenager. The adult leadership of the church, the membership, we're doing our parts as we said we would. Now more than ever, it's important to have a church that knows how to face a crisis and not waste the opportunities that present themselves to us. There have been many surveys in the church, and each comes back and says that one of the things people most value is a sense of community. Well, this church began on October 28, 1857, and we have been engaged in deep roots of members who have looked after one another and helped make Belmont a better place. Those members have passed on to us a very high bar of what this community can be, should be, and ought to be. We have met that high bar, and we have created a community where it is rich and robust and diverse, and people have an opportunity to come together and enjoy being together. We're not only enjoying it, I think, in our own way, preparing to pass it on, as it was so generously passed on to us. So now more than ever, it is important to have a church that creates a moral compass in our children, knows how to face a crisis, and creates a sense of community whose service goes beyond our walls. I would ask each of you to ask yourself, now more than ever, what does this church mean to you? And when you make your pledge, ensure that what you value most is going to be maintained. Thank you for listening.
This is the time in our service where we invite forward an offering to help support the good work of the church, both within and especially nowadays beyond our walls. All of our worship offerings for the month of February will be shared with UU Mass Action, a wonderful consortium of lots of churches and incredible organizers doing good work here in the wider world. So do please be as generous as you can. You can go to uubelmont.org/giving, or you can also just go onto the website. And we are very excited to be well in the way, as you heard before, of our stewardship process this year. If you haven't had a chance to pledge yet, please do. It makes a huge difference to all of us. It would be wonderful to wrap this up in the next month or so. So do please reach out if you have any questions, or follow all the information you heard about before. But it is your generosity that makes so much possible. So thank you so much for all you're about to give.
Something is stirring, shifting ground, it's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday is done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers, up to us man to show up. It's our time, breathe it in, worlds to change and worlds to win. Our turn coming through, me and you, man, me and you.
Feel how it quivers on the brink, everything gives you the shivers, makes you think there's so much stuff to sing. And you and me will be singing it like the birds, me with music and you with words. Tell them things they don't know. Up to us, pal, to show 'em. Our time, breathe it in, worlds to change and worlds to win. turn, we're what's new. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Long ago, all we had was that funny feeling, saying someday we'd send them reeling. Now it looks like we can. Someday just began. It's our heads on the block. Give us room and start the clock. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, me and you. Me and you.
Now more than ever, isolation is the new law. Behind every person's shadow, loneliness lingers. 6 feet apart feels like 6 miles too far. We fear to hurt the people we love, thus we stay far away, hurting but hoping this way they'll be safe. It'll be over soon enough. Though time is incredibly cruel, never stopping for anyone, dreadfully dragging on and on. Fear has kept us locked inside. News is his fuel. We think we are right, severing ties, when instead we should be letting our love take flight. It isn't only the virus so many fear, it's losing those they hold so dear. A message, an email, a letter, that would make anyone feel a little bit better, especially now more than ever.
These are the words of A. Powell Davies. The world we know is passing, all things grow strange, all but the stout heart's courage, all but the undiminished luster of an ancient dream, which we shall dream again as people have dreamed before us, pilgrims forever of a world forever new. And what we loved and lost, we lose to find how great a thing is loving. For us, there is no refuge or haven. For us, there is wilderness, wild and trackless, where we shall build a road and sing a song. But after us, there is a promised land, strong from our sorrows and shining from our joys, our gift to those who follow us along the road we build. Here we are, in this wild and trackless time, finding our way forward and our way through, both for one another and this moment of our community. There is so much good work, so much holy work for us to be doing right now. I think of the good work, the hard work of our Social Action Committee, with the dynamic leadership team of Margaret Eklund, Laura Caputo, Fran Yuan. This group is building on the strong foundation of leaders who have brought us this far, the hard work and tireless dedication of Kathy Crawley, Eva Pitalis, Gladys Unger, who stepped up last year for one more year of leadership as the next team came together. And now we are deepening our connection with the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. These are the folks who brought us the Mother's Day walk every year, as well as other learning and growing opportunities, trainings around anti-racism and community advocacy, especially this year with the murder of Henry Tapia right here in our neighborhood. This work matters now more than ever. Stay tuned on how to connect with this important work. And another corner of the work of our Social Action Committee is our welcoming congregation renewal, celebrating, honoring, working for the rights and the blossoming and the flowering and the fullness of our LGBTQ+ family. And in this regard, we have some special services coming up, some training coming up in the next many weeks and months. We're helping to heal this world, helping to live our way collectively into deeper, truer, more beautiful, more whole versions of ourselves. So much good work. In a recent meeting, someone mentioned that they always forgot to brush their hair before Zoom meetings. And it reminded me of this poem of Hafiz, which my beloved placed on the invitation to her ordination many years ago. It reads, "The closer I get to you, beloved, the more I can see it is just you and I alone in this world. I hear a knock at my door. Who else could it be? So I rush without brushing my hair. For too many nights I have begged for your return. And what is the use of vanity at this late hour in this divine season that has now come to my folded knees? If your love letters are true, dear beloved, I will surrender myself to who you keep saying I am." In the midst of this all, in the midst of this strange moment, this stretching time, this time apart from the comforting patterns and rhythms of our lives, for many of us, this time apart from family, apart from our neighbors and casual acquaintances, apart from the physical proximity of one another in so many ways, this too is the other call. For me, so clear in the Hafiz poem, he answers the call of his deeper self. He answers the call of his growth, his connection, his truth. And this is our work, to make our way together through this wild moment, to clear the path forward with love as our fuel and justice our guide, to build on the holy foundation of all those who have come before, to build in honor of all those who will come after, to answer the call of our deepest and truest selves, calling us through the fullness and distraction of these days to be and become the people we most deeply long to be, and to build this world we know still can be. This is our work, now more than ever, and I am so grateful We get to do it with you, all of us together, pouring ourselves into this moment. So much love to you all. Amen.
Sing of praises for the journeying pilgrims we who carry on, searchers in the soul's deep yearning, like our forebears in their time. We seek out the Spirit's boldness in the endless human quest. Look inside your souls, the kindling of the heart our pilgrims knew. Find the Spirit always restless, find it in each mind and heart. Touch and hold that ancient yearning, kindling for a new found truth. Stand we now upon the threshold, facing futures yet unknown. Earth behind us, wayside hostel, built by those who knew wild roads. God, we ere their sacred embers, carried in our minds and hearts.
We give thanks for being reminded of the light and knowing we are not alone. We give thanks for celebrating and supporting UU values in our community, in our world, for doing all we can to maintain the vitality of our community. We give thanks for nurturing a vibrant online connection, for this backbone we lean against, knowing we cannot do it alone. We give thanks for the creation of our moral compass, for our thriving and varied programs. We give thanks for being a church that knows how to face a crisis, for deep roots and members who have looked after one another. We give thanks for the stout heart's courage, for dreaming again this ancient dream. We give thanks for this wild and trackless time, for this road we build. We give thanks for surrendering to ourselves, to our deepest truths, to the purpose within us, to this purpose before us, here together, now, more than ever. Amen.
We're all traveling in the footsteps of those who've gone before. We'll all be reunited on a new and sunlit shore. That's when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. And when the sun begins to shine, when the sun begins to shine, Some say this world of trouble is the only world we need. I'm just waiting for that morning when a new world is revealed. And when that revelation comes, when the revelation comes, I want to be there on that morning when the saints go marching in. When the air is pure and clean, and when we all have enough to eat, I just want to be there on that morning when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I want to be in that number when the saints go marching. When the saints go marching, when the saints